Welcome back to Emerald Isle Golfer. This is the second upload of the day. This is the back nine at Druids Heath. Played pretty well. Played okay. Couple of good holes, couple of bad holes, but I had just an appalling round of golf of putting. I think there were seven or eight, maybe even nine, either lip outs or balls burning the edge or stopping just a millimeter short. In fact, I put together a little supercut for your viewing pleasure before we get into the round as a whole. Enjoy, because I certainly didn't.
Come on. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh. Come on, baby. Oh, ho, ho.
Oh no!
Oh. No way. No.
Well, that was painful. These things happen. Anyway, here we are. Hole 10, the first of the back nine, a par four, slightly uphill. Lovely, lovely hole. Decent enough shot. I tend to drift over to the right there a lot, but there's a bit of a bailout. It's fine. Adding a new thing here, a little marker about where my ball actually winds up. Hope you guys like that. Three wood, decent enough shot, gets me close enough to the green. This is a green I really only ever try to get to in three. It's just too far for me. Again, bit of wind noise. Sorry about that. And you will have seen this shot in the preview. Bit of a poor effort on the putting. Just left everything so short today, but just millimeters short so often.
It is a pity indeed.
I should write that down somewhere. 9 wood on the 10th, on the 11th hole.
I forgot to film the first hole, but that's where I wound up. And here's my second shot. I'm using the putter from off the green because I don't have my chipper. Like I said, I might do a review video of the Odyssey chipper once I've had a go at it because I do like a chipper. I think it helps me. I know it's not for everyone. But yeah, might do a little video on my findings on it. Here again, painful, painful putt. This is the stroke index one hole on the course. So you've got a long shot up over hill. If you catch the downslope over the crest, the ball can roll on, particularly in the summer, excuse me, for another 100 meters, maybe 120 or so, which gives you a really easy shot into the green. I didn't do that. I left myself in a very narrow area of the fairway on the right. Not too bad. Decent enough second shot with the 7 wood here. It's just going to put me in a good position to chip on the green for three because that's all I'm really trying to do on this. Most members treat this as a par five, even though it is, of course, a par four. Poorly executed shots, but decent enough results. So, sometimes you take what you're given.
Bad execution, good result. Take that all day.
That's Jonas's ball. I am on the green over there.
Lucky shot.
Jonas isn't a great one for waiting his turn, but that's just something you have to come to terms with. You played with him, he nicely walked over my line there as well, but not that I think that makes a huge amount of difference to the way that I play anyway. Not in terms of results anyway, that's for sure. Not a bad effort from there. On the green in three and a two putt, you know what? 18 handicap golf, that is absolutely fine. I'll take that all day long. Those of you who have visited my page before, my channel before, will get some deja vu in a moment. I basically hit the same shot I very often hit here, just a reasonably good shot to the top tier. Then there's a 9 iron. I don't know what was going on with the tracer there, but hit a good shot. So now I've got a 9 iron over some water onto a fairly big and generous green, and I do that, not even deserving of a tracer, big splash. So I decided to go for the tin cup moment, but leaving myself exactly where I am and do it again so that I can actually prove to myself that I can do it. This happened almost exactly the same in one of the previous shots, in one of the previous holes, rather. Sorry, my son just slammed a door. That was a pretty decent shot, a little bit further right than I probably should have aimed it, but you know what? My intention was to get over the water, get on the green, and then put myself in a position to be putting. This is actually the same day. The clouds went away, so the sun came out, so the woolly hat went off, sunglasses came on. It was a very changeable day from very, very bright to not so much. Again, repairing pitch marks, something everyone should be doing all the time. Repair your own and repair one or maybe even two others. Everyone will thank you for it. Jonas apparently playing hockey with his ball there. Little par three, lovely hole. Um, the pin's actually only just below where you're teeing off from. There's a huge valley, which makes it look like it's a long way, but it really isn't. That was an appalling shot. You'll see in the minute, I think I show the camera, I just barely clipped that with the toe of the club. You can see where the divot mark is um, versus where the tee is. It was just poor, poor in every single way. Yeah, I think you can see now.
I don't know if you can see that, but I barely made contact.
I'm actually surprised it went as far as it did. But you know, these things happen. This is a pretty good chip. Getting over the bunker was important, using a gap wedge just to get a bit of height on it and have it not roll on too far. I was pretty pleased with that, to be honest with you. I've put myself in that bunker a lot. It's an unpleasant bunker. It's very deep, sounds quite hard. Here, this missed by a millimeter. Jonas is being very sympathetic there in his own special way. I may well do a video just featuring Jonas's reactions to people's shots because he's a very entertaining person to play golf with. Beautiful uphill par five. I usually do okay in this hole. Well, not usually, I quite often par this hole because while it's a long way uphill, it isn't especially long. So if you get a good drive like I did there, it sets you up for a good 3 wood or possibly a 7 wood to get you there. I was really trying to go for it with a 3 wood with predictable results. It was just, you have to laugh. Stuff like that, you just have to laugh at or else you're in trouble. So I tried the exact same thing again. This is actually one of the better golf shots I've played in the last couple of months. It's just under the green to the left, so it puts me in a good position. Would have been nice to be there in two, but being there in three and then chipping on for four is fine as well. Jonas almost chipped in from off the green. I misread that putt just astonishingly badly. Jonas just quickly walks to my line again just to make sure. And once again, pace looked great. How did that not go in the hole? There were quite a few of those, as you see in the supercut. But that happens. Other days, those all drop, and all of a sudden, I'm shooting around of less than 20 over, which is around about my handicap. But it wasn't the day for that today. Great views of the Irish Sea there on a clear day because we're quite elevated. You can actually see the mountains of North Wales from that tee box, which is lovely, but not today. Huge divot, kind of fat. It didn't go as far as I wanted to. Not in any particular trouble, just it could have been more more expertly executed, put it that way. Tell me if you like in the comments below. Tell me if you like the what I'm doing there with the little maps showing where I actually am. That was a shockingly bad chip. I didn't want to use my putter 'cause it was a bit too far away, so I was sort of doing a toe chippy thing with my pitching wedge, which didn't really work out. Although I did again there, and that one worked out really rather nicely. So that kind of saved me from a very poor third shot. Tap in for bogey is absolutely fine as far as I'm concerned. 17th, long uphill, fun hole, home stretch very much. Tiring to walk, but I'm driving a buggy on this particular occasion, so it's absolutely fine. That was a pretty decent shot, put me in a good position. Very similar to the 15th, a good long drive, setting up for a good second shot, and quite a similar result, in fact. Check this out. Oh dear God, that was just appalling. I'm actually very, very lucky that bounced out of the bunker because that could have easily pugged and buried me. So I'm about 130 meters out here, so I think that's a 7 iron or maybe an 8 iron, just getting it up the hill. Left it a bit short. There's actually a bunker just to the left of where my ball landed. Spoiler, didn't go in it, which is good to see, but I did put myself with another shot having to go directly over a bunker. I tend to do that to myself more often than I should, and it's annoying. And well, that putt was bad, but this next one is just egregious. It's really, I couldn't believe that happened. My battery actually died on my camera, which I was recording on. It was actually my iPhone at this point. So Jonas filmed the tee shot for me on the 18th. So I've only got the one shot. So everything is just contained here. It was a pretty good drive. Middle of the fairway, just to the right of the fairway bunkers, setting myself up for a good second shot. My second shot wound up just to the front right edge of the green, as you can see. I chipped on for three and then two putted for a bogey to finish off the round, which I was pretty happy with, to be honest with you. I think it was a decent enough round. It was a beautiful day. It's such a lovely course. And Jonas is a joy to play with because he definitely keeps things lighthearted. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed this second part of the video. It's the first time I've recorded a full 18, 26 over. Not a great score, even by my own standards. Like I say, I usually 18 and a half handicap. So this is a par 71 course. So I tend to shoot anywhere between 88 to 94. It'd be a score I'd be relatively pleased with. This one obviously was significantly higher than that, but there were a lot of putts that could have dropped and didn't. So overall, pleased enough with my game. Hope you all enjoyed this. Subscribe, like all the good stuff. Hit the notification bell if you so wish. There'll be more content coming. I'm going to try to wait until I get to a course that isn't Druids Heath because I feel that you've seen that one quite a bit now. Might try to play Druids Glen. I want to get down to Arklow. Obviously, I'm going to get over to the West Coast, do Niarn and Portneuf, probably Critch Island if I can. Maybe Bundoran. Bundoran's actually a really nice links course. So yeah, but comment below if you have any other courses you think I should be playing. Thanks. Speak to you soon. Bye bye.